Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. Welcome back to our Minecraft Trains project. And I am doing the iron down here. Alright, good. That's gonna have to be chopped. There you go. Utterly chopped. That probably should be like that. Alright, and digging through underneath here. Let's go plow back some of that. So we are looking at there. And of course everything above. So this is the diagonal. I'm trying to think how far can I get today. I think I might be able to finish the cable duct on this link today. Maybe start wiring. Anyway, we'll see. It's August 11. Nine, 10. Hey Cody, how's things? Stuff like that should be removed, I think. Although, it's not that important, I guess. That should be removed. So this is the big diagonal. After the big diagonal, it's just a little bit of straight track. And then we're at loop 4 again. How fast can I do this? Not that fast. Break those. Diagonals in Minecraft. What a pain in the ass. Anyway. So here, suppose we fill that in a little bit, because I don't want a little bit of overhang. Just want anything less than 2 blocks, I think. I'll fill in. And so like here we're looking at there, that, I suppose. Oops. Let's fill that in. Alright, and then back to here. Cody, are you here? Are you... thinking about... I mean, last week I was thinking about lies and like propaganda, and how do you figure out when someone's lying to you? How do you figure out when someone's lying to you, Cody? If you care to answer. Because there's so much fake stuff on social media, right? I'll leave that. I don't have a good answer, so I'm not sure there even is a good answer. Cody says, if we're talking generally, I don't catch lies often because I just don't really care about trying to understand someone unless I care. I'm oblivious. Well, that's one way. And I mean, I guess it's... I suppose it's not any worse than any other way. Because if you care and you get lied to, then the lies will convince you to do things that are wrong. So maybe not caring is a sufficiently good answer. Cody says, but on a small social scale, I just seem to know their facial tics and how they talk. Yeah. I mean, that is kind of true. Like, there's like body language and facial expressions. I guess the most harmful stuff, though, is not at the small scale. Is when somebody posts like a stupid meme or conspiracy theories on like Facebook or Twitter, and then it's just like pictures and words, and there's no like body language to read. And you know, like a lot of this fake stuff on the internet, I think that's partly it, is that people just aren't used to being lied to in that way. Whereas, as you say, like sometimes when people try to lie to you, like their faces do weird things. Or like their tone of voice is kind of shaky or whatever it is. We don't have those signals on the internet. Cody says, yeah, I just don't connect to things without at least some form of context. Maybe that's a reasonable response. Just thinking. Because like that sort of stuff, that sort of like propaganda, they try to trigger your emotions, right? They try to get you emotionally invested into a thing that really doesn't have anything to do with you. And so if, as you say, Cody, like you just decide that doesn't actually have anything to do with me, I'm just gonna ignore it. That's probably a correct thing to do to avoid being conned. Although we are the younger generation, I think it's the older generation who has more difficulty because they didn't grow up with the internet, and so they're not used to all these shenanigans. Cody says, I still don't know what generation I technically am. I mean, it doesn't... I don't think it matters. It's just like how old you are. Well, how long have you always known the internet? Have you ever known a time before the internet? I think that's the big thing. Like this stuff about millennials, boomers, whatever it is, like it's just names, right? I think the big thing is the internet, because the internet changed a lot of stuff. Changed how we access news and information. Did you grow up with the internet, or did you grow up without the internet? I was kind of in between. I was back in like high school, and this was like early high school, when the internet first became like widespread. And I was a computer nerd too, so I was already into it. Cody says, yeah, I guess I grew up right as cell phones internet started becoming a norm, I guess, 1990. Yeah, so you grew up with the internet, so you're used to the kind of nonsense that happens on the internet. And let me tell you, there's a whole lot of nonsense. And I guess stuff like computer graphics. And because we play video games quite a bit, we've seen how computer graphics has improved, right? And so the stuff like deepfakes and other like photoshopped images and things like that, like we know not to trust images and videos because they can be fake. Which I suppose if you grew up a couple of decades earlier and you're used to the idea of a photograph just being a photograph, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't pay enough attention to the fact that these days anything can be faked. And so then you kind of fall for it a little more than you would otherwise. Maybe. Cody says, I say let's cut out the middleman, murder the old, bring in the new. I mean, I'm not sure if murder is really the right answer, but I do kind of agree that maybe people should retire and stay retired. You know what? Retire at 50, why not? Why wait until 70? Death to all photograph visualizers. Let's ban Photoshop. You know what? We should ban Instagram filters. Everybody is gonna look exactly like how they look in real life. No more fake selfies. How dare you try to look pretty? Oh hey Hava. How is this? I just started using Instagram myself. Oh cool. Annoying app. Well, you kinda need to be a little bit narcissistic to really get into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cody says, my question, what if you need to instant more than a gram? Well, you just need to take a lot of photos, Cody. I mean, Instagram is really like a... I mean, even the name is misleading. Because you know how these influencers, they take like dozens and dozens of photos and then pick one. So there's nothing instant about it, everything is posed. Which, by the way, have you got any photos up yet, Harbor? I just put my sketches up there for family. Harbor, may I interest you in selfies? And not just selfies, but like... like deliberately cringy selfies. Although, joking aside, I mean, if you have a decent photographer, there's some interesting stuff on Instagram, like people take landscape photos and architecture photos. Anything that's not a selfie is probably better. So what I've noticed with my dad and like men up around my dad's generation is they'll take selfies but they don't smile. Because they're taking it but they forget they're taking a picture of themselves, and so they don't smile for the camera. It's like they need someone else to tell them to smile for the camera. Anyway, let me not like blow up my dad too much. Howard says, I quite like the idea of a picture light editing straight to website, but the app is bad, almost more trouble than it's worth. Well, it's designed for people who really want to like make themselves look prettier than they actually are. Maybe should there be a simple mode, however? Should there be just like a no filter mode? So you don't have to deal with all the nonsense?